Hey thinkers, welcome back to Think Sharp Alley, where every turn leads to a smart solution.
In the previous video, we solved 3 case study questions and many of you found them helpful. So today we are solving the next set of questions where students made mistakes. And in case you have not watched part 1, I have linked it below. Watch that first. And let's get started.
This is case study 4.
Imagine a giant milk tanker which contains 452 liters of milk. But because there is a leak, the number gets smaller every single hour and it loses 12 liters of milk every hour. So we just need to subtract that loss from the starting amount. First question is represent the quantity left after T hours. Now to find out how much milk is left after any number of hours, we start with our total and take away the leaked milk. So here the starting amount is 452 liters. So initial quantity of milk is 452 liters. And milk lost in T hours is going to be 12 times T because it leaks at the rate of 12 liters per hour. So in 1 hour, 12 liters milk is lost. So in T hours, 12 T liters milk will be lost. So now the quantity left after T hours will be 452 minus 12T. The lost part needs to be subtracted. Now this is a magic formula. Remember this. Let us move on to the next question. Find the quantity left after 11 hours. Now we just plug in 11 where T used to be. So we calculate the leak first, which is in 11 hours, 12 into 11, 132 liters of milk has leaked. Then we subtract from the total initial quantity. And that gives me 452 minus 132, which is equal to 320 liters. That means there are 320 liters of milk left. Next, after how many hours will only 200 liters remain? Here we are solving for time. In this part, we know the ending number. We need to find out hours. That means T. So we can use this formula 452 minus 12T. That is the quantity of milk left after T hours and which is equal to 200 liters. And now it is a linear equation. You can solve it using the rules that you know. So 12T goes this side, all the constant on one side. So 452 minus 200 is 252. And T is equal to 252, divide 12. Upon dividing, you will see we'll get in fractions. So I've changed it into mixed fraction, 21 whole 2 by 3 hours. Now this 2 by 3 part can be written in minutes by multiplying 60. So finally we get 21 hours 40 minutes. Obviously there is an alternate method where you can find out first how much milk has leaked out by subtracting initial quantity minus final quantity, that is 252 liters, and now divide it by the hourly rate, which is 12 over here. So 252 divided 12 will give me 21 hours 40 minutes. Now for part C. When will 100 liters remain? We do the exact same steps but with 100 now. So 452 minus 12T equals to 100 and we'll calculate T from here in same steps. Again, the division was not possible completely. So I've changed it into mixed fraction. It's easy to change 1 by 3 into minutes then. Just multiply by 60. So 29 hours, 20 minutes. Obviously, we can go with the alternate method also. You can find out the total leak, initial minus final, that is 352 liters. And we divide then by the hourly rate. So we get 29 hours, 20 minutes. This is case study number 5. It says at 12 noon, the temperature of a city is 18 degrees Celsius and after 4 hours, the temperature is recorded as 6 degrees Celsius. The temperature changes uniformly. Because the change is uniform, it means the temperature is dropping by the exact same amount every single hour. So, first part. In part A, we have to find the total change in temperature from 12 noon to 4 p.m. So to find the total change, we look at the difference between where we started and where we ended. So we started at 12 noon at 18 degrees Celsius and ended at 4 p.m. at 6 degrees Celsius. So let us just find the difference. 18 minus 6 will give me 12 degrees Celsius. That means the temperature dropped by 12 degrees Celsius in total. Let's see part B of this question. Find the rate of change of temperature per hour. Now we know the temperature dropped by 12 degrees Celsius over a span of 4 hours, right? From 12 noon to 4 p.m. Now to find the rate for just 1 hour, we have to divide. Remember the formula, rate of change of temperature is change in temperature divided by number of hours taken. So 12 divide 4 gives me 3 degrees Celsius per hour. That means the temperature is falling at the rate of 3 degrees Celsius per hour. Now part C. Find the temperature at 9 p.m. Now since we know the rate, it's very easy to predict the future. To find the temperature at 9 p.m., step 1 is to find out how much time has passed. So we started at 12 noon. Now I need the temperature at 9 p.m. So to find out how many hours has passed, we'll just subtract 12 to 9 p.m. It means 9 hours have passed. Now in 1 hour, decrease in temperature was 3 degrees Celsius. So in 9 hours, let us calculate the total drop in temperature. So 9 hours into 3 will give me 27 degrees Celsius is the total drop. And now I can find out the final temperature. From the initial temperature, I'll just subtract 27 because the temperature is reducing. So 18 degrees Celsius, that is a starting, minus 27 degrees Celsius, that's a drop in the temperature, gives me minus 9 degrees Celsius. So this is the answer. At 9 p.m. the temperature will be minus 9 degrees Celsius. Now let us look at the or part of this question. It says at what time will the temperature become minus 6 degrees Celsius? So remember the starting temperature, initial temperature was 18 degrees Celsius and now I want the temperature to be minus 6 degrees Celsius. So what is the total change in the temperature needed? So first step of this sum is to find out the total drop in the temperature required, and then we'll calculate the number of hours and then we'll simply add the hours to 12 noon to get the time. Okay, so step 1, change in the temperature will be initial minus final. So that is 18 minus 6. So that makes it 18 plus 6. So we get 24 degrees Celsius. Now we calculate the time. Since the temperature drops by 3 degrees Celsius every hour, we divide the required drop, that is 24 degrees Celsius, by the hourly rate. So number of hours is change in temperature by rate, that is 24 by 3, which is equal to 8 hours. Now it's simple, clock time. 8 hours after 12 noon is 8 p.m. So the temperature hits minus 6 degrees Celsius at 8 p.m. The temperature depends upon time, right? So if we take let after t hours, the temperature becomes minus 6 degrees Celsius. Now how do I find out what is the temperature after t hours? It will be initial temperature, starting temperature, minus 3t, because every hour the temperature is decreasing by 3 degrees Celsius. So after t hours, the temperature will decrease by t into 3. So 3t. So that means 18 minus 3t is equal to minus 6. And we can solve this to get the value of t. That is 8. So 12 noon plus 8 will give me 8 p.m. The temperature will be minus 6 degrees Celsius at 8 p.m. Now it's time for case study number 6, quiz competition. Let's hear the rules of quiz straight from our quiz master.
In a quiz, plus 2 marks are awarded for a correct answer and minus 1 mark for an incorrect answer.
Also, we have Radhika scored 30 marks with 18 correct answer. Now in the first part, we have been asked, find the marks obtained from correct answer. So she has given 18 correct answer and for each correct answer, she is awarded plus 2. So for 18 correct answers, she will get 18 times 2, which is 36. Part B, form an equation for total score. So marks from her correct answer is 36 and let the number of incorrect answer be x. So marks for incorrect answers would be minus 1 into x, because she is given minus 1 mark for an incorrect answer. So for x incorrect answer, she will get minus x. So her total score becomes 36 minus x. And the equation will be 36 minus x equal to 30, because we have been told that she has scored 30 marks. Next question, find the number of incorrect answer. So for this, we will continue with the above equation and we will solve it to get the value of x. So x is equal to 36 minus 30, that gives me 6. That means she has given 6 incorrect answer. Moving on to part 2 of this question. If there were 25 questions in total, how many questions were not attempted? So first let us find out how many she has attempted, correctly or incorrectly. So it's already given that she has attempted 18 correct answer. And we have found out in the previous part how many incorrect answers she has given. That was 6. So total number of questions attempted is 18 plus 6, 24. And out of 25 questions, she has not answered only one question. It means because 25 minus 24 is 1.
Smooth ride, no obstacles hit. Wow! Wait, what if this was a maths case study?
This is our last case study question, car racing event. So in a car racing competition, participants race on a 1 kilometer long circular track. Flags are placed at regular intervals of 150 meters along the track. During the race, participants must avoid these flags, and the scoring system is given. Plus 10 points are awarded for each flag avoided. Minus 10 points are deducted for each flag knocked down. The participants who reach the finish line in the least time is awarded an additional 60 points. So Rohan and Samar participated in the race. Rohan knocked down 5 flags and finished the race before Samar. That means Rohan got additional 60 points, right? How many flags are placed on the track? So let's start. Here the length of the track is given to be 1 kilometer, which means 1000 meter, because 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, and the flags are placed at every 150 meters. We have been asked to find out how many flags are placed on the track. So to find this, we see how many 150 will fit into 1000. So the first flag will be at 150 meters from the starting line. The next will be at 300 meters, then 450, then 600, 750, 900 meters. Now if we try to place the next flag, it would be at 1050 meters, which is beyond the track. So we have to stop here. So there are total 6 flags on the track. But this method is too long. We cannot list like this every time, especially for bigger numbers. So instead we use a shortcut. We ask, how many 150 meter intervals fit into 1000 meter, right? For that, we simply divide 1000 and 150. And the quotient will tell you the number of flags. 1000 divided 150 gives me 6 as the quotient and remainder 100. So total, there will be 6 flags on the track. So remember, whenever equal spacing is given, we use division to count how many intervals fit. Let us have a look at the next question, part B. How many flags did Samar avoid? Now we know there are 6 flags in total on the track, and the question tells us that Samar knocked down 1 flag. So let us do the calculation. 6 flags minus 1 flag which has been knocked down, that means 5 flags avoided. Samar has avoided 5 flags. Now part C, find the total points scored by both Rohan and Samar and determine the winner. So let's look at the scoreboard. First, Rohan's score. Remember, Rohan was the fastest because he has finished the race before Samar. So he gets plus 60 bonus. Remember, participant who reaches the finish line in the least time awarded an additional 60 points. But he was a bit reckless. Won't you agree? Because he has knocked down 5 flags. So he has to give penalty. So he has avoided 1 flag. So he gets plus 10 points for that. So plus 10 into 1, that is plus 10.
He has hit 5 flags, so minus 10 points for each. That means 5 into minus 10, that's minus 50. Speed bonus plus 60, so his total score becomes 10 minus 50 plus 60, that is 20 points. Now, Samar's score. Samar was slower, so no bonus, but he was a very careful driver. He has avoided 5 flags, so 5 into 10 plus 50 points. He has hit only 1 flag, which means 1 into minus 10 points. So his total score is 50 minus 10, which is 40 points. So here clearly Samar is the winner with 40 points, even though he was slower than Rohan. Now let's have a look at the or part of this question. If Samar had finished the race first instead of Rohan, who would have won? Justify with calculations. So if Samar had also been the fastest, he would have gained that extra 60 points. So the speed bonus will go from here. From Rohan's score, I have to remove the speed bonus and it will go and reach Samar's scoreboard. So let's do that. So let us calculate total score of Rohan here. So Rohan's new score would become plus 10 minus 50, so which is equal to minus 40 points. Because he loses the bonus now. Now over here, Samar gets that plus 60 bonus. So his total score becomes 50 minus 10 plus 60, which is 100 points. So clearly Samar would have won by a huge margin, 100 points versus minus 40 points. So this was our final case study for this set. I'll be bringing a few more questions like this in the next video, so make sure you stay connected. And if you found this helpful, do like the video, share your thoughts in the comments. I have really tried to make these questions more interesting and relevant for you. See you in the next one.